Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you want to improve your IELTS speaking score, you're in the right place. Today, we're doing a full IELTS speaking mock test, just like the real exam. So make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends who are preparing for IELTS. Also, comment below if you want me to make more full practice tests like this one. Before we begin, I'll explain each part of the IELTS speaking test so you know what to expect. Part 1 is the introduction and personal questions. It lasts about 4 to 5 minutes, and the examiner will ask questions about your hometown, work or studies, hobbies, family, and daily life. This part may seem simple, but it's really important because it sets the tone for the rest of the exam. The examiner is not only listening for correct answers, but also evaluating your fluency, pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and how naturally you speak. High-scoring tips: speak fluently and naturally. Avoid giving one word or short answers. Instead, try to expand your answers with reasons, examples, or short stories. Use varied vocabulary and complex grammar structures. For example, instead of saying, "I like reading," you could say, "I really enjoy reading novels, particularly historical fiction, because it allows me to explore different perspectives and immerse myself in other worlds." Maintain a friendly and confident tone, and remember to make eye contact. These small things can make a big difference in how the examiner perceives you. Let's start with this common topic: hometown, hobbies, family, and work or studies. I'll give examples of how a Band 9 candidate might respond naturally, while showing full, well-developed answers that include details and examples. Good morning. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Sarah Thompson, but you can call me Sarah. It's a pleasure to meet you today.
Let's talk about your hometown. Where are you from?
I'm from Brighton, a vibrant coastal city in the south of England. Brighton is well known for its iconic pier, beautiful beaches, and eclectic cultural scene. I really enjoy living there because it's lively yet relaxing at the same time. The city has a mix of traditional architecture and modern cafes, which makes it very interesting to explore. And there's always something happening, from art exhibitions to music festivals. It's definitely a place that has a lot of character.
What do you like about your hometown?
What I love most about Brighton is the seaside atmosphere and the creative vibe. Walking along the pier during sunset is one of my favorite activities because it's peaceful and scenic. I also enjoy attending local festivals, like the Brighton Festival, where artists from all over the world showcase music, dance, and theatre. These events make the city feel vibrant and culturally rich. The friendly community also adds to the charm, as people are very welcoming and open-minded.
Is there anything you don't like about your hometown?
Well, one downside is that Brighton can get very crowded, especially during the summer when tourists visit. This sometimes makes commuting or going to popular spots slightly inconvenient. However, I think the overall atmosphere, charm, and opportunities for social and cultural engagement outweigh this small inconvenience.
Do you think you'll continue living there in the future?
Possibly, although I might move to London in the future to pursue career opportunities, particularly in business or management. However, Brighton will always be special to me, and I plan to visit regularly to see my family and friends. Its combination of culture, history, and natural beauty makes it a unique and meaningful place.
Now let's talk about your work or studies. Are you currently working or studying?
I'm currently studying business management at the University of Brighton. I chose this course because I've always been fascinated by how businesses operate and how effective leadership can impact success. The program is very interactive, and we often work on real-life projects, which I find both challenging and rewarding. It helps me develop practical skills in addition to theoretical knowledge.
Why did you choose this course?
I chose business management because it offers flexibility in career paths and a deep understanding of organizational operations. I'm particularly interested in marketing and project management, and this course allows me to gain hands-on experience in these areas. I also enjoy learning about strategy and decision-making, which I believe will be valuable in any professional setting.
What do you usually do in your free time?
In my free time, I enjoy reading novels, especially historical fiction and mystery stories. They allow me to explore different perspectives and immerse myself in other worlds. I also love outdoor activities like cycling along the coast, hiking in the South Downs, and occasionally painting landscapes. These hobbies help me relax, stay healthy, and maintain a creative mindset. Additionally, I sometimes volunteer at a local community center, which I find very fulfilling.
Do you prefer spending your free time alone or with friends?
I enjoy both. When I want to read, reflect, or work on a personal project, I prefer to spend time alone. However, I also value socializing with friends because it's fun and energizing. We often explore new cafes, attend cultural events, or play sports together. Balancing both social and solitary activities helps me feel productive and fulfilled.
Do you enjoy traveling?
Yes, I absolutely love traveling because it allows me to experience new cultures, meet interesting people, and gain a fresh perspective on life. Travel also helps me step out of my comfort zone and develop independence and adaptability, which are skills that benefit both my personal and professional growth.
Have you ever been on a memorable trip?
Yes. Last year I traveled to Kyoto, Japan with my family, and it was truly unforgettable. The culture, scenery, and food were all amazing.
Part 2 of the IELTS speaking test is called the long turn or cue card section. Here, you'll receive a topic card and have 1 minute to prepare. After that, you are expected to speak for 1 to 2 minutes continuously. This part is important because it tests your ability to organize ideas, speak fluently, and use vocabulary and grammar accurately without much interruption. A high-scoring candidate should aim to cover all bullet points on the card clearly, include examples, feelings, and personal experiences. Use linking words like furthermore, moreover, in addition, as a result to make your speech coherent. Avoid long pauses or repeating words. If you get stuck, try paraphrasing or giving an additional example. Let's start with a common part to topic. Describe a memorable holiday you had. I'll also give some tips on how to structure your answer. You can use the preparation minute to jot down notes for the following points: where you went, who you went with, what you did there, why it was memorable. Remember, the examiner's not just looking for content, they want to see your ability to speak naturally and fluently. Expand your answers and sound confident. Describe a memorable holiday you had. You should say where you went, who you went with, what you did there, and explain why it was memorable. Here's a pencil and paper for notes. Your 1 minute starts now.
One of the most unforgettable holidays I've ever had was a trip to Kyoto, Japan, with my family last spring. We stayed in a traditional ryokan, which is a Japanese-style guest house, and it was an incredible experience because it gave us a real insight into Japanese culture and lifestyle. From sleeping on futons to wearing yukatas, every detail made the trip feel authentic and immersive. Kyoto itself is a beautiful city with historic temples, serene gardens, and vibrant local markets, which made exploring the city both exciting and educational. During our stay, we visited several famous temples, walked through bamboo forests, and sampled local delicacies like sushi, matcha desserts, and street food. I also had the chance to participate in a traditional tea ceremony, which was fascinating and gave me a better understanding of Japanese customs. Beyond sightseeing, the trip included fun family activities, like cycling along scenic routes and taking boat rides on the river. Every day was packed with new experiences that were both memorable and enriching. What made this holiday particularly special was the quality time I spent with my family. We shared laughter, supported each other in new adventures, and created memories that I will cherish forever. I also learned a few Japanese phrases to communicate with locals, which was challenging but rewarding. Overall, it was not just a vacation but a life-enriching experience, combining culture, adventure, and meaningful family bonding. I still think about this trip often, and hope to return one day to explore even more of Japan's rich history and culture.
Thank you. Can I have the card back? Part 3 of the IELTS speaking test is the discussion section. This part is more abstract and challenging because the examiner will ask opinion, analysis, and hypothetical questions related to your Part 2 topic. It lasts about 4 to 5 minutes, sometimes longer. High-scoring tips for Band 9. Develop your answers fully. Give reasons, examples, comparisons, and consequences. Use advanced grammar and varied vocabulary. Try conditional sentences, passive voice, relative clauses, and connectors like furthermore. In contrast, as a result, on the other hand, stay coherent and structured. Start with your opinion, explain it, then give an example. Be confident and natural. Show that you can think critically and express complex ideas. Let's start with a common topic connected to Part 2. Travel and tourism. Do you think people travel more nowadays compared to the past?
Yes, I believe people travel much more now than they did a few decades ago. Advances in transportation, like affordable flights and high-speed trains, have made it much easier to reach distant destinations quickly. Globalization and social media have also sparked curiosity about other cultures, lifestyles, and cuisines, encouraging more frequent travel. In the past, traveling was often limited to the wealthy or those with business or family reasons, so ordinary people rarely had the chance to explore other countries. Another factor is the growth of tourism infrastructure. Hotels, travel agencies, and online platforms like booking websites make planning trips much simpler and more accessible. People today are also more willing to spend on experiences rather than material goods, prioritizing cultural immersion, adventure, and leisure, especially among younger generations. Finally, government initiatives, visa-free travel agreements, and international tourism campaigns have made many countries more welcoming to travelers. Overall, both practical conveniences and changing social attitudes have contributed to the significant rise in travel in recent years.
What are the benefits of traveling?
Traveling offers many personal and social benefits. Personally, it helps to relax, reduce stress, and take a break from daily routines, leaving you feeling refreshed. Socially, it exposes people to new cultures, traditions, and ways of thinking, broadening perspectives and fostering empathy. For example, when I visited Kyoto, I learned about the philosophy behind the tea ceremony and the care involved in traditional Japanese gardens, experiences you can't get from books. Travel also improves practical skills like problem solving, adaptability, and communication, especially in unfamiliar environments. It also encourages appreciation for one's own culture, as seeing different approaches to urban planning, cuisine, or social life highlights the unique aspects of your home country.
Can tourism have negative effects?
Yes, tourism can have negative effects if it isn't managed responsibly. For example, popular destinations often suffer environmental damage, such as pollution, overuse of natural resources, and harm to wildlife. Local communities can also be affected, with rising living costs, disruption of traditional lifestyles, and cultural practices sometimes being turned into performances for tourists. On a personal level, poorly planned trips can be stressful, leading to fatigue and anxiety. That's why sustainable tourism is so important. It allows people to enjoy travel, while respecting both the environment and local communities.
How do you think tourism will change in the future?
I think sustainable tourism will become more important. Travelers will prioritize eco-friendly practices, support local businesses, and seek authentic cultural experiences. Technology will make planning trips more efficient, providing personalized itineraries. I also foresee travel becoming more educational, with people seeking meaningful experiences rather than just leisure.
What role does travel play in education?
Travel is an informal form of education. Visiting historical sites, museums, and cultural landmarks provides knowledge and understanding that textbooks cannot. For instance, seeing temples and shrines in Kyoto gave me a deeper appreciation of Japanese history and religion. Travel also fosters critical thinking and cross-cultural understanding.
Do you think virtual travel, like VR experiences, could replace real travel?
While VR can simulate experiences, it cannot replicate the sensory, emotional, and social aspects of real travel. The feeling of walking through a bamboo forest, tasting local food, and interacting with locals is irreplaceable. VR might complement travel, but it will never fully replace the authentic experience.
How important is travel for young people?
I think it's extremely important. Travel helps young people gain independence, confidence, and cultural awareness. It broadens horizons and teaches them to adapt to new situations. For example, managing logistics and communication during trips develops valuable life skills.
And that concludes our full IELTS speaking test, covering Part 1, Part 2, and an extended Part 3 discussion with Band 9 answers. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with your friends who are preparing for IELTS. Also, comment below with your favorite tip or your own answer to the Part 2 topic. Keep practicing every day, and you'll definitely improve your score. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.